Welcome back to my channel. Today we will be talking about 25 books that I picked for Mary for this year that she's going to read.
For the year 2025. So, I really had to beg him to do this for me. So, thank you so much for being here, baby. Okay, so there are only 4 books on my shelf that I haven't read. I don't have very many books. So, Max will go through those first 4 books, my physical copies, and then we'll go through the ones that I'll read on like Kindle and through the library and all that. So, here we start.
Okay, starting book number 1.
I gotta cover my face, remember?
Melissa Tagg, Wedding at Sea. I actually bought this for Mary, a year ago?
Yeah.
6 months ago. I didn't realize it's the 3rd book in the series. So this is book number 3 that she's going to read on her list of 25. She's also going to read the first and the second book.
Because you can't just read the 3rd one. He didn't know. He bought this without me knowing. So he usually surprises me with the books he gets me. So this whole stack here, he bought me, and I didn't know about him because he's so good. Except this one was a mistake. I'm kidding. It was a mistake, it was. So I'm going to read the first 2 books along with this one. So he put all 3 in my 25 reads.
Do you edit this?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Book number 2 on Mary's reading list. My Lucky Charm by Courtney Walsh. We have a lot of Courtney Walsh books in our house. Mm-hmm. Mary's a big hockey romance girl.
Hockey romance era is what we call it.
Yeah, so this one I thought was very fitting. So that's going to be one of the books.
I am reading this one right now, so I'm already going to knock off one of yours on the list, and that's great. Because last year I had him, it was last year. I had him pick 10 books because he thought 24 was daunting. And so I only read like 2 of the ones he picked out for me. So I'm already on a roll, reading 1 book in January, so I'm proud of myself for that. But 25 books is more daunting than 10, so thank you for doing this, huh? Proud of you.
Our next book, Girl Meets Grump. This is another book that I bought. By Hailey, Gardiner. This is another book that I bought Mary, 6 months ago, a year ago? For one of her birthdays or Christmas, and she hasn't read it yet, so we're going to throw that on the list.
It's like it's a bad thing. I have a lot of books on my TBR, and I have a lot of arcs that I have to get to, so reading physical copies is a luxury that I don't get to do very often. So this is definitely... I'm going to get to this one, I promise. Thank you for putting it on the list to make me read it. Hold me accountable.
All right, so the next book that Mary's going to read this year is...
Oh, cover my face. If I don't cover my face, it won't zoom in onto the book. So hopefully these have been zooming in. If not, we're deeply sorry.
This one's called Levi Bailey Has Butterflies.
By whom?
Oh, by Jen Atkinson.
Okay, what were you saying?
And I didn't buy this for Mary. Someone else, I think your sister got it for you.
Yeah, my sister got it. It was damaged from Amazon. She tried to return it. They said keep the book. We'll refund you and we can send you a new one. So she let me keep this one. There's like a tiny little rip on it, so it doesn't really bother me, but I'm really excited to get to this one. It's the first book in the Bailey Brothers series. There's 4 of them. I think there's 4 of them. So I'm really excited to get to all of these. I only have 1 though, so yeah. Next.
Now to the other list. 2 of the books that I already mentioned by Melissa Tagg.
Oh, yeah.
The first and the second before this one are going to be on the screen.
Autumn, you can say them out loud.
Yeah. Autumn by the Sea and A Seaside Wonder.
Yep.
By Melissa Tagg.
Yep. He picked those mostly because he picked this one, and I need to read the first 2 before I read this one. They are standalones. They're all their own romances, but it's probably preferable to read them in order, so that's what we're going to do. So he picked all 3 of them. Yeah. Okay,
for this next book, I chose Tangled Up in You by Christina Lauren. And I picked this one because Mary's favorite Disney movie is Tangled.
Yes.
And so,
he knows so many things about me.
And so, this book seems very similar, so I put that on the list.
Wait, let me talk about this one for a sec, though. So Christina Lauren is typically a open door author, but Oshina from Oshina's Gotta Read 'Em All, I think is her YouTube channel, she recommended this one. She gave it 4 stars, and she said it was actually a super big surprise. She's like, there was no spice in it. So I'm going to give it a go, although Max did pick it. Did I influence you in any of these that you picked?
Nope. Just kidding, guys. But no.
He's being generous of me. I said my 2 cents on some of the ones that he picked. He went through my Goodreads, looked at all the covers. Most of these that he picked are because of things on the cover, and you'll see why he picked some of these in just a second. So next.
All right, next one is But He's My Fake Fiancé by Annah Conwell. Mm-hmm. And I picked this one because I'm sure you guys know Mary loves marriage of convenience, fake dating, those tropes. And so I thought this one would fit well.
Yeah. And I love Annah Conwell, and I've read the first book in this series. It's the fourth one or the third one in the Carter Brothers series. So I enjoy the series a lot, so I'm excited to get to that one. This gives me the motivation to get to all of these books that I've been wanting to get to that I haven't had time, so I'm going to make the time for all of these books, and I'm very excited.
Very good.
Thanks for doing this, baby.
Mm-hmm. Next, we have Can't Help Falling by Courtney Walsh. Mm-hmm. Another Courtney Walsh book that Mary's going to read this year. Mm-hmm. I picked this book because I thought the title was kind of funny. Can't Help Falling. I took it very literally, but that's why I put it on this list.
It's about... He's a firefighter, pretty sure.
Very cool.
Yeah. We have a brother-in-law who's a firefighter, so that's why you picked it, right?
That fits very well.
Influenced you?
That influenced me, yeah.
I'm not going to bring up the synopsis of any of these because I feel like this video would be way too long, and I don't want to keep him for too long because he has other better things to do with his life than be on booktube with me. But
the next book I picked is Tornado Alley by Lainey Ross.
Is it Alli? Or is it Alli?
I think it's Alli.
Okay. I don't know.
Put in the comments if it's Ally or Alli. We don't know.
Nobody's going to comment.
Start commenting. I picked this book because we watched Twisters this year, and we love the movie. It's a great movie.
It was a good movie.
And this kind of gives the same kind of vibes.
Yeah.
Little Twister vibes.
They get stuck together, too. Forced proximity kind of situation. Yeah, we like that trope,
Another
too.
trope.
Ah, yeah.
Okay.
He's learned so much while I've been doing this channel. He knows the word trope, which that's so good. You don't get to see many guys who know that word, so I am a lucky woman.
Okay. All right, next book. It's called For Butter or For Worse. Play on words right there.
That name is kind of hard to say.
By Dana. I'm not even going to try.
I think it's Dana LeCheminant. LeCheminant? I don't know.
We'll go with that.
Yeah.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
But I picked this book because of the cover, obviously.
What's on it that you like?
He's got a surfboard, and I enjoy surfing. I've been a couple times, and I think it's really fun. So, obviously, this book's going to be a 10 out of 10 just because it has a surfboard on the cover.
But what else is in it, remember?
Oh, it's also Marriage of Convenience.
Yes, we like that. Yes.
Marriage of Convenience.
Yes,
so Mary's going to really love that.
He knows that that's my favorite trope because I bring that up often in this household. So a lot of these are actually Marriage of Convenience. So you probably won't be surprised about that. But he did pick them on his own volition. I did not pick the Marriage of Convenience ones. He did that on his own.
Okay, next book. It is titled Dropping the Ball by Melanie Jacobson.
You can't read, I guess.
I can't read, I guess, yeah. I picked this book because I thought the cover was kind of funny. So I think it's going to be a really good book. And Mary knows more about this book than I do.
I actually don't really know anything about this one. I have not gotten to any of Melanie Jacobson's books, although I have like every single one of her books on my TBR. They all look so cute, so I'm really excited to get to that one at least. So know nothing about it.
There you go. It's going to be a mystery. The next book I picked is If All Else Sails, a novel by Emma Sinclair. Okay. And I picked this book because I also really enjoy sailing. I've never sailed, but I think it's really cool.
I want to sail.
Yeah, I want to sail. I watch people in college sail, and I think it's really awesome. So this book is going to be good.
This one is not out yet. It's going to be traditionally published. I don't know if this is her first traditionally I don't think it is, but I think it's going to be published through Thomas Nelson, who is also Courtney Walsh's publisher. So I'm really excited for that one. It's probably going to be different than most of her other books. So I love Emma Sinclair. She's great. Did you say the author?
Yeah, Emma Sinclair.
Oh, okay. I don't know a lot about this one. I am on her permanent art team, so I will be reading it, but it is not coming out until either April or August. One of the A months, I'm pretty sure. So looking forward to that one coming out. Very excited. glad you picked it. Mm-hmm. Even though I'm going to have to read it anyway.
Next book is called Playing Along by...
Her name's hard too.
Yeah, Heather...
I think it's Miekstyn or Miekstyn. I don't know.
Miekstyn. Heather Miekstyn. We'll leave it at that. But I saw this title, and I'm going to make the assumption that it's also a marriage of convenience. Or forced proximity.
He's right on that
Or
one.
some other trope.
Yep, marriage convenience.
It says a cozy rom-com story. So it's going to be a mystery too.
Yeah, and a rom-com.
Wow, this is awesome. So.
Yeah, I love Heather Miekstyn. She has pivoted to writing Christian adult books. So this one is a Christian new adult book, I'm pretty sure. No, not Christian, but just new adult. But it's clean. Obviously, it's closed door, whatever. That's just some information on that author. Next.
Okay, next book is So That Happened by Katie Bailey. I honestly picked this book because I'm like really curious, like what actually happened. Mary's gonna find out and let me know.
That's so stupid.
And then I'm gonna group these two together because there's also another one called I Think He Knows by Katie Bailey. Mm-hmm. Kind of the same line.
What does he know?
What does he know?
I'm gonna find out.
I don't know. Mary's
You're gonna find out. Are you gonna?
I'm gonna find out through Mary.
Oh, you're not gonna read it.
Probably not.
Okay, so that was all of the rom-coms. So next section will be fantasy, and he only picked 2 of these. So
the 2 that I picked
are
they series?
It's a series.
It's a series.
Mm-hmm. Well, firstly, he picked the second book because he does that sometimes. I'm like, there's a first book before that one. Why aren't you reading? So yeah, he picked the second book in the series. So this is the same author. The third book comes out in a couple of months, I'm pretty sure, or it just came out. I don't remember. But go ahead. Yeah,
so I picked the first... I'll tell you the second book I picked first. It's called Realms of Wrath and Ruin by Alli Earnest. And I picked it because in the cover, there's a guy with a gun. And I play...
Star Wars vibes?
Yeah, Star Wars vibes. I play Warzone for any of the dudes out there who know what that is.
There are no dudes watching these.
Okay. For those who do know what that is, it's a great game. So I play that. I thought this kind of gave that kind of vibe. But then I realized it's the second book. So with it, I had to also put in... Cities of Smoke and Starlight, which is the first book. So Mary can read both of those.
In the Gate Chronicles series. I'm really excited to read this one. This one has been on my TBR for over a year, so I'm glad he put this one on there. Okay, now we are into the romantic suspense, and he only picked 2 in this genre as well.
Yep, so the first book I picked is called Never Fall Again by Lynn Blackburn. Lynn H. Blackburn, because that H is important. And I picked it because the title, Never Fall Again. It kind of falls in line with the other 2 that I picked about falling. So I think I was on a roll with the whole falling thing, so I just threw that in there.
This one is a part of the Gossamer Falls series. I don't know anything about it. I've never read anything by this author, but I know that Oshina, I mentioned her in the beginning of this video, she also recommends Lynn H. Blackburn. I'm pretty sure she's read every single one of her books. So I'm looking forward to that one. I love Oshina's recommendations. I've given 5 stars to a lot of books that she's recommended to me before. So if you're looking for other booktube channels, Oshina's great. And then a lot of these also have been read by book lover Amanda. She is another booktuber. These girls have no idea who I am, but...
Spam their names in the comments so we can get a collab with one of those.
No. They were like the first booktube videos I ever watched while I was getting into reading closed door romances. I really like their channels, and they've given me a lot of recommendations that I've loved. So both these next 2 books also are recommended by Oshina.
Next book is One Wrong Move, by Danny Petrie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I read this title, and it seems like this would be a really good title for like an action suspense movie. And so I assume that the book's probably good too. So
he likes suspense. He likes the thriller movies. Mm-hmm. So if you were to read any book out of this section or this whole thing, what one would you read? Probably that one. Just
either this one or one that I'm going to bring up here in a minute. Would probably be the ones I would read.
Okay. So, really quick background on the Wrong Move. It's part of the Jeopardy Falls series. So, the second book comes out in the next couple of months, I'm pretty sure. I think they're all their own romances, but they all take place in Jeopardy Falls. Different investigators as well. I think they might be brothers, but anyway, that doesn't really matter. Okay, now we are into the sports section of this video, and there are a couple of them. There's 4 of them. So you go to it.
Okay, first one in the sports section. I picked Head Over Skates by Gigi Blume. Mm-hmm. And this is also kind of one of the first ones that I mentioned. It's a hockey romance, which Mary enjoys. Mm-hmm. And so I thought this would also be a good addition to the 25 books that she's going to read.
Yeah. I've been wanting to read this one for a while, so I'm glad he picked it. But pretty sure most of these books were on the beginning of my Goodreads list, and so he just picked the first 25 that he saw.
I know.
Now that I'm looking at all of these were my most recently added books, so...
I did my due diligence with picking these books.
Mm-hmm. Okay. This one especially, right?
So this is the one that I would possibly read.
Okay.
I know nothing about it, just based off the cover. This is Pros Don't by Leah Dobrinska. And I picked this because it's a golf romance. Come on.
He loves golf.
Golf's amazing. It's the best sport in the world, tied with basketball. And it's probably a great book, too. It's about golf. How could it not be a good book?
This one is still also not out. It was just recently announced, so I added it to my Goodreads, and it's in the beginning of my list. So, pretty sure...
I went through the entire list, okay?
No, you didn't.
I went through the entire list.
There's probably like 300 books on my Goodreads want to read list.
I went through all 300.
No. Mm-hmm. No, because these are like all new. It's fine. It's fine. You picked really good ones, so I'm not sad about it.
The next book is called Hail Mary by Martha Keyes. Mm-hmm. Today we're watching the college football playoffs, so I thought in light of that, we should probably pick a football-related book.
What else is about it? What is he doing?
He's proposing to, I'd assume, Mary. Is that right?
No.
Okay, never mind.
How is that? Look how it's spelled. When you marry somebody?
Yes.
So what is this going to be?
They're going to get married.
It's marriage of convenience.
And also marriage of convenience.
Yes.
Marriage of convenience.
Yes. So this one, it just came out like this last week. It's the fourth book in the Shepherds in Love series. So I think they're all siblings. I think this is the sister. Because I think the first two are brother. Don't quote me on that. I actually don't remember. But I've read the first two in the series. I have not read the third. But this is Marriage of Convenience. So it'd probably be my favorite one in the series. So very excited about that one.
Next book.
Last sports romance.
It's the last sports one. Mm-hmm. It's called The Run Option by Annah Conwell.
Yep.
And I picked this because I read the title. And a run option is like a play in sports. It's a strategy. Or in football. And I'm really interested to see how this ends up, if it's actually a run option or not. So Mary's going to do a read of it and let me know.
Because he doesn't think the author knows what that actually means. She probably did her research.
She probably does. I'm going to say that she does.
Okay.
At this point.
But I think it's also has to do with, it's also marriage of convenience. So yeah, we know marriage of convenience, yes. So the run option, it sounds like she has the option to run away from the marriage of convenience. So I think it's a double play on title, if you will. Wait, there's one more book out of this whole thing. And
all right, as our last book, it is Dangerous Allegiances by Davelin Durso.
I think it's
Davelin Durso.
I have no idea how to say her name. I apologize.
I guess it's a mafia book. I didn't know that. That's pretty awesome.
I was doing my research on all of these books that he picked.
Yeah.
And I looked at this one. I was like, oh, it's mafia romance. So it is closed door. It's clean. I think there's nothing explicit in it. I'm pretty sure I did my research on this before I put it on the list. But it is a mafia romance. So we'll see how that goes.
Good old mafia.
He just thought that Dangerous Allegiance sounded cool. So that's why he picked it.
Yeah.
But... that is all of that. I feel like we went through that so quickly. Clapping because it's over. Yes.
Everyone clap.
Anyway, I'm so grateful for my sweet husband here. His name is Max, by the way. I never introduced him. Did I? Mm-mm. This is Max, my sweet husband, who's awesome. I love him so much. So I'm so grateful that he was able to hop on my channel with me today. Because he really does have a lot of better things to do than be on here with me. And that's all. I hope I get to all of these books this year. I'm pretty good at following through with my goals, except for the first year he picked 10 books. I didn't read any of them because they all looked really lame. So this year will be better because they all look really cute. And unfortunately, most of them are independent authors, so I won't be able to check them out of the library. So I'm going to have to buy them. Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah. Is that okay?
Yeah.
He's going to talk to me off camera about this probably. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next time. Bye. Good wave.
Welcome to my book channel.
That's not what it's called.
Welcome to Mary's Reading Corner.